It's December already, and we're about to step into the next year. With the end of the second season of Mandalorian and The Bad Batch, Star Wars fans around the world are looking forward to what Favreau and Filoni are about to bring in TV series, comics, and even movies. Before we discuss the contents of this video, I want to say that we have a lot coming our way, like the Kenobi TV series. They will start marketing the project very soon. Well, there are other things that happened this year many will never forget, like what happened with Gina Carano and the way she was fired unexpectedly by Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy. As odd as it was, fans around the world were not happy, to say the least. However, time flies, and from February to December, time has flown so fast. We are getting closer to what Jon and Dave really kind of unleashing their overall new Star Wars universe with shows like Boko, Boba, Kenobi, Andor, all of these other TV shows like the Ahsoka series, The Bad Batch Season 2, even a Darth MAUL animated series that's currently work in progress. The series will revolve around Crimson Dawn, but will focus on Gina Carano. What is really intriguing about all of this is that with Kathleen Kennedy still holding issues with the Acolyte series, both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are currently developing their new Star Wars TV shows for Disney. Plus, that'll be announced at Star Wars Celebration 2022. Now, Disney's plan for Gina Carano's return is not only making her into a new character for the Star Wars universe, but also to make her a relative to Cara Dune. That will be Force-sensitive in the Star Wars TV shows. Jon is pushed to agree with this decision for the time being, however, Disney is sticking with this decision. Jon Favreau is set to have another meeting with the higher-ups over at Disney by this January before he begins pre-production of The Mandalorian Season 4 around March of 2022. This is OP space for Disney to recreate Cara Dune by hiring a new actress or killing off the character whatsoever. It will give them more room to work on new characters. It is speculated that Gina has agreed to come back to her Star Wars platform, as this will not only be a comeback for her, but also an opportunity to experiment with the new character that will hold more power. Carano, however, still is to be very much a skeptic over this decision, and that Favreau is pushing for changes to happen by Disney in order to allow Cara Dune to come back in a fair way that Disney can agree with. Now, this plan by Disney is set to also make some of the fans who dislike Gina Carano as Cara Dune forget, of course, about the whole situation that happened in February. On the other hand, it can make Disney's position and situation worse, since a large number of fans want Cara Dune to return to the series. This, in turn, could very well make the situation even worse for Disney, as many fans just want Cara Dune to return. If Disney decides to do such a thing with Gina Carano becoming a relative to Cara Dune, now Disney may make that work, and over several episodes, a new timeline can be created for Dune. Bob Chapek is said to be trying his best to convince the other high seats at Disney to do something different than this for Gina Carano's return, as he believes this could very well create a form of backlash at the maximum. Now, the thing about Bob Chapek, we got to remember that it's always not entirely just up to Bob, and every one of the executives have to agree with the decision. Now, it doesn't matter if Marvel has any interference in the franchise or whatnot. When you look at Favreau and Dave Filoni, the fact that they're trying to push for Gina Carano to just come back as Cara Dune to keep things simple, to not make it too confusing, it makes me feel like making her into a character is one thing, but making her into a relative of Cara Dune, that will raise more eyebrows, and I'm not sure if that will vibe with fans. Now, it all depends on the execution, and if they do proceed with this idea, they will have to make an exceptional take, if they wanted to make it work the best way with fans. In my opinion, though, it doesn't make any sense. One might think that if Cara Dune is not Force-sensitive, then how her close relative can be one, and that's one of the many questions, or I should say, loopholes, that they will have to cover with clever plot, something that will really make the fans go, wow. At the same exact time, we know that Jon Favreau said that he made Cara Dune specifically for Gina Carano. The design of the character was based on Gina Carano, and that changes the whole discussion. This means that Cara Dune is Gina Carano, and we know the character was designed for her, and hopefully at the end of the day, Jon Favreau gets through Disney's minds in January. That's the time when the meetings are going to take place, and pre-productions will start on Mandalorian Season 4 in March. They want to begin filming that particular season by the end of 2022 to prepare for a release in the fall of 2023. So they plan on ending Mandalorian with Season 4 before they move on to other Star Wars TV shows. I will expand on all the other characters like Din Djarin and Grogu, so I think given the fact that Gina Carano is also a skeptic about this, as well as Jon Favreau, it really does make one wonder whether or not they can pull this off, in worst case, if this does indeed get finalized to the point where Jon Favreau really has no say in the matter after January. The reactions of the fans are going to be unpredictable. Again, that depends on the execution. But we'll have to wait and see how it rolls, up or downhill. At the end of the day, how much screen time they're planning for Gina to have in The Mandalorian Season 4 and such. She had decent time in Season 1 and 2 combined, but when you're looking at Season 1 in isolation, bringing her back has got to be more than a cameo or small role. They really have to pay respect to her and give her something huge, and I think that's exactly what they're gearing towards. It's just about how they're planning to go about it. But that could be just me. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.